Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today we're talking to you about the past 2 episodes of Legends of Tomorrow.
So, season 7, episode 2 was called, let's see. Episode 2 was called The Need for Speed. And episode 3 is like a really long name. Verdurer Error 100 S of the 3GS Kid not found. Gideon not found.
Yeah. They were both interesting and
They were
Gideon-centric episodes.
I really liked the third one, the 100th one. I thought they did a good job with that.
They did.
So
they brought back like moments that like we'd seen, but showed us, like refilmed it to show us from different perspectives, which was interesting.
Yeah. It was cool to see Hawkman again too. And you don't like him, that's right.
No.
Hawk Girl is who you like.
Yes, but they fucked her up too because everything.
They did, yeah. No, it was more cool to see Rip and Stein and Firestorm and Ray and Nora.
And Cold.
And Cold, yeah. We didn't see Rory though.
No, he was on the floor sleeping. I mean, they couldn't get Hot Girl back and they couldn't get Rory to show up for this episode. So
I'm glad that we got Brandon Ralph back though.
Right, and Nora.
And Nora, because Ray is like, he's great.
Right?
He's just so funny and awkward.
Yes.
He just contributes so much to it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So episode 2 was when she becomes human.
Yeah, it was her first human episode. Because at the end of episode 1, it's her body's formed like, the fuck is that Gideon? And then episode 2 is like Astra trying to come to terms with the fact that she fucking brought Gideon to life. Yeah.
Them trying to like work with her to help them get to the legend.
Yeah, because Gideon couldn't speak, so they were trying to communicate with Gideon. And it was also the one where with Nate having killed what's his face, the FBI leader dude. Yes. Then he had to become him.
Which was weird.
Right. And then you had,
it was like,
the real Hoover show up at the end and he actually be a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was a robot.
I think after this week's episode, we have an idea of who was in the other ship.
Who do you think it was?
A fucking dick with the hair.
Oh, yeah. The one who reprogrammed Gideon.
He probably reprogrammed her and then was able to insert her into a version of the ship and take over and go back in time and blow up their ship so they're stuck in the past. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining that they're stuck in 1925 because I think that's cool. But
Did I freeze again?
Mhm.
Yeah. I was just about to text you. Did I freeze? Sorry.
Okay. I turned off my
and that-
Wi-Fi on my phone to see if that would help because I don't know if it's my end or not.
Right. No, I think it's my end because my Wi-Fi itself lost connection last time that we cut out. But my mom just got home too, so her Wi-Fi shit.
I'm using all the devices and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry for disconnecting and stuff.
It's okay.
But yeah, so I think the past 2 episodes were all about like discovering what it is to be human. And I don't know, I really like that
Oh, me
concept.
too. I like that kind of stuff, especially like I always love when you get to see that stuff with characters and
Mm-hmm.
especially characters that aren't actually human and then they're learning their humanity and they're discovering that and you're getting to see that evolution,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like with
development and
Data and with
yeah, like
with
Data
Data and with Spock and
yeah, and well,
and
Spock is half
T'Pol.
Spock is
Well, yeah, they might be half human or not, but like they're still discovering what it is to
but
be
like the
human.
hologram on Voyager, the Doctor, the EM8, and like Data and you know, just
And the Klingon,
yeah.
the
Well, Data
what's his name,
especially, 'cause
Worf.
he was always no Worf is well, he's Klingon, yeah, but he has like that sense of duty and that honor.
Right.
But Data is definitely the one on Next Generation who's all about trying to find humanity and learn and be that like everybody else.
Yeah.
And Seven is human. She just was assimilated at a young age, so she has to learn her humanity again.
Yeah.
Because she is human, but she was assimilated as a child. And
right. But for people who like are part human or were human or like whatever, like they were raised in a different culture with a different race, like they have to relearn, they have to learn
everything, yeah.
Either learn or relearn what it is to be human. And
Yeah.
I think those aspects make characters like that much more appealing.
Oh, they do, yeah. For sure.
So I'm excited to go through that with Gideon.
Yeah.
Like because Gideon, like I don't think we're gonna lose Gideon until the show ends.
Oh no, it said
because we've had the same voice for like ever.
Yeah, and it said that this season she was gonna be like in human form as a regular character this season.
Right. So I mean, unless they somehow find a way to put her back, which almost seems impossible at this point, like I think she might be a mainstay character until the end of the series.
Yeah.
And so I mean, yes, we kind of saw her go through loss and stuff before, and like in this 100th episode, because she went through the loss of Feyrod and Zari's feelings about that, and the loss of Rip and Gray, and like people leaving and people dying, people just like the injuries and everything. Like she went through all those feelings, but I mean, she was also just remembering. Like she hasn't actually had to watch it happen.
Right.
I mean, I do understand that maybe the aspect of feeling someone walking around within you, so vibrant and full of stupid life, because I'm pretty sure he was high. Just like whatever. I don't know. But like that, and then like the next second, like they just like they fall lifeless to the ground and they're just a hollow husk. Like
Did
the
he
way she
actually get
described
murdered?
it. Yeah, that the one of the gods did it.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, they stabbed him. And something
gosh,
whatever
how much
like
do I forget?
right. Like they rewrote it or something
Yeah.
because they used the loom to bring him back or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But like the way she described it was like he was so full of life one second and the next he was like the hollow sound his body
It was
made when it hit
hollow,
the
just like a
floor.
thud that, it was like
Yeah, I was like, damn,
it
like
wasn't
that's deep and that's like a lot of emotion in that. But also like she was an inanimate object at the time. Like I don't want to
an
lose
algorithm
people. Right.
at the time.
Like I don't want to lose any more people,
Mhm.
but I want to see her go through actual loss. Like be able to actually feel it instead of just be the like you said the algorithm, the like kind like she wasn't cold and distant, but at the same time she wasn't warm and there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she had some sort of distance she was able to put there and a wall she was able to put up because the other part of her was able to keep her kind of stoic. But like to see that other part of her is kind of cut off from who she is now, like I want to see her go through like befriending someone and losing them. Like I want to see her go through the emotions of being human,
Yeah, me
you
too.
know. And
And
I
I think
can't
we
wait for that.
I I'm excited for that.
I froze again.
And also just what she like. No, you didn't.
Oh, then you did.
Oh. um, Also just that like she at the end when she not the end, but like when she learned from her like how Rip made it so that she would be more in tune with the legends and like learn about them,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff, and that it wasn't real. And she
Right.
almost, decided to go back with the algorithm. And
Right.
and then she didn't, and she was shown those memories of like the good times and like the fun stuff, and how important they are. And I love how when she made that decision and she like goes and like Rip is like, and you won't have to do it alone, and then like they go out and like all of them are standing there and they all give her like a little bit of advice, and like,
yes,
like welcome to the team, and I'm like
right.
it was just so
Like
great to
I
see
almost
them all,
had
like
emotion.
standing there as like part of it, the OGs and the new people. Like it was really nice. It was
You know who else we were missing? It just occurred to me.
Who?
Vixen.
How long was she on it?
She was on it for a while. She showed up in season 1 with the Legion. I think that's what they were called. The Justice Society of America.
Yeah.
And then she joined the team, and she lived with Nate. And then she went home, and then her actress came back and played punk rock. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we missed her, whether we would have gotten both versions of her or not. Like we missed.
I mean, at the time, I really liked her and Nate together.
Yes.
And then we got Zari and Nate, and I was like,
yes.
Oh, well, hello there, kitty.
Aki.
Yeah, so I liked him with both people, but Nate and Zari.
Yeah. Yes. But I mean, like, it would have been nice to like see her.
Yeah, it
Like,
would.
even if they just chose Amara instead of Vixen,
Mhm.
like I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
But to bring back the actress is,
Yeah. And like I was saying before we started this, like Amy Louise Pemberton, who plays Gideon, she's so good at singing.
yes.
I was
Yes.
literally floored. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was listening to those covers on her Instagram, and then she sings in the show, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Singing Good Morning with Stein, and then when she did the karaoke and she like knew the song, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she's good.
I love seeing Stein like singing show tunes
I know,
and
right?
having the little baby
Good
one.
morning, good morning.
Yeah. And like how he had the onesie said future Nobel Prize winner. I was like, yes, oh my gosh, I love you. Ah,
And then how she remembered Fires or Jackson is having
a British accent.
accent.
I think she didn't remember him as having a British accent. She just, because Rip was her
Yeah,
first human, she really identifies with the accent.
right.
So I think that's why she wanted Jax. The only other person, I think Jax even spent more time fixing her than Rip ever did.
Probably, yeah.
So she probably, like, even though she loves Rip for being her first human and for taking care of her and guiding her, I think she spent, it's almost like she spent more time with Jackson because he was always, it's gonna sound weird, but he was always touching her naughty bits.
Touching what?
Her naughty bits.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
apparently the actor who plays him is British, so he probably was just using his regular accent.
right. But like,
which I was thinking.
Yeah.
He was born in London, so.
Right. So it's just like he's always like fiddling around with her innards,
Yeah.
either juicing her up, fixing her up, making something work better or whatever, So I think they got really, really, really close. And so to mesh part of what she liked about, like, to mesh part of what she identified with humanity for the longest time, which was Rip's British accent, with the person that she knew the best, I think makes complete sense.
Yeah, it does. And I think it's cool that, like, because I was thinking that, I'm like, maybe he's British and he's just he's actually talking the way he does normally talk. But when he plays the character, he's not British. And
right.
So, yeah. So the one who plays Amaya is Maisie Richardson. Sellers. Yeah, it would have been nice to have her back.
Yeah.
And we're probably not going to see Constantine or Matt Ryan as his new character until a couple more episodes, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I liked when they were dealing with like the legends turning on Spooner and Astra, and she gets Bebo and he's like, Bebo wants to snuggle or whatever, and she's like, shut up, and she throws it.
Yes.
Like Astra is like such, like, she gets so annoyed by stuff, but she like really cares.
Right. I also love that they always bring back Bebo.
Yeah.
Like, the original team will never be forgotten because of Bebo.
Yeah.
I mean, the original team minus Hawkman and Hawkgirl, which I can totally deal with.
Right.
But, like, the core team, like, that is Bebo.
Yeah.
Because they became Bebo, so like Bebo will never. It's almost like the saying, "No one will ever get left, like never leave a man behind."
Right.
Like Bebo will never be left behind. He is like, you will always remember me.
Yeah. So what I think is cool is on Netflix, they actually have season 6 on there, but they just have like the first few episodes. Or no, they have all of 6. I mean, they don't have this current season yet.
Mm-hmm.
They added season 6 though.
Already.
Yeah.
It just seems so fast because the next season already started and like the other season just ended.
I think they like have a thing where they like add them a lot faster now.
Yeah, but I mean, like I think it just seems so fast for me because 7 started like 3 weeks ago, and it's like, but 6 only ended like a month ago.
It started October 13th. So
Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like 6 just ended and 7 just
I
started.
know. I totally know. How much of NCIS is on Netflix?
All of it.
Up to season 15. They're up to 19.
Oh yeah. Damn.
No, I didn't want to play the episode. What? No, no, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just great to like see them all, and I really liked how like we were saying, you know, I really like that struggle of like learning about the humanity and how you fit in, and like the fact that each of them were telling her, you know, there's gonna be those good things and there's gonna be those bad things. It's gonna be chaotic, but that's what makes it great. That's what's part of being human. Like, you know, and just them each kind of giving their own little piece of advice. And it was just great that she's gonna get to be a part of that, and like, because they are her family. Like, even though she wasn't originally programmed for that, like she has become to them, they have become her friends and her family. And like, without them, she wouldn't be where she is.
Right.
And you know, even though he programmed that into her, like, it ended up becoming the thing that made her special.
Right. Like it's like Rip's last gift. You know, it's like, I understand that Gideon might feel slightly betrayed because she didn't want that, you know? But also, like, sometimes you get a gift that you don't want but you need, and then you realize future, like down the line, that that's exactly what you like. Right. You're so grateful for it.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, the thing that you're wanting, there's usually something better, or it goes in a different direction and it ends up being better than what you expected or what you were wanting.
Right. And yeah, I don't think Rip ever imagined, I mean, not just like that she'd become human one day, but like, I don't think he ever imagined that the Gideon, the ship, would have gotten as intimate with the crew as she did, you know, like ever. And I think that's the great thing about it, is that she took the code and evolved it.
Yeah.
And that was all her. That wasn't the code.
Yeah. And now we have whatever his flippin' name is messing it up again.
Right.
So
I can't even.
I'm just like, really?
Right. I'm just waiting for the day that they have to land back in modern day, right? And run to Jax to fix the ship again. I mean, they did that last time.
They did.
Like, I kind of low-key want them to do that again. Just like, the ship is broken. Can you fix her?
Yeah, they added all of season 6 of Legends
Mm.
to
So yeah, I mean, the past 2 episodes were great. I enjoyed the whole Nate trying to feel like trying to keep history, but also like dealing with his own guilt,
Mhm.
you know, seeing that process for him. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Oh, with Jax.
No, with Nate.
Oh, with Nate. Yeah.
Yeah. In last week's episode.
Yeah.
And like I enjoyed the whole like how famous the bullet blondes got
Yeah.
and freaking Zari high as a kite,
I know.
and that her being high ended up solving the problem. Like I love that.
Yeah.
That like her being high gave her an idea
Mhm.
that ended up solving. See, that's a good way to use it. Not the way that they use it with Behrad. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
If they're gonna use substances the way that, I don't know, it's just
So it says that episode
Yeah.
6, which is not next week, but the following, or no, next week is this coming week is episode 4, then 5, then 6. And 7 is where it's gonna have its like fall finale, and then it'll take a break until February.
Right.
But episode 6, okay, so Wednesday's episode is called Speakeasy Does It. So it says when the legends arrive in Chicago, they come across a speakeasy that caters to a diverse crowd. However, their presence results in upsetting a mob. Astra, Spooner, and Gideon are also in Chicago and feel compelled to help a female musician sever ties to the mob. Gary points out something that Nate never realized about his relationship track record.
Oh damn.
And then the one after that, November 10th, is it's a mad scientist. After Sarah, Ava, Behrad, and Gary arrive in New York City, they track down Dr. Gwen Davies, who isn't the scientist they expected. That's Matt Ryan, I believe.
Yeah.
And Astra, Spooner, and Gideon are still trying to stop the legends from using the time machine, but they run into some more setbacks along the way. Meanwhile, in the pocket dimension, Nate and Zari work together on the Hoover situation as well how to make their future together work.
We're gonna get our Zari.
Hey.
But yeah, so even though we're gonna have some overlap, but during the time that we don't have this show, we're gonna have some interlapping episodes of Doctor Who. So we're still gonna get some time travel episodes.
Yeah, and
we'll also
have like 2 weeks of Legends with the Flash when the Flash comes back.
Yeah.
And then
the first couple of weeks of the Flash is going to be time travel.
Yeah, it's be a 5-week event.
Yeah, they're calling it an event because they don't have anything they can cross over with anymore.
Yeah, it's a 5-episode event, the Flash Armageddon.
Because they can't compete with the crossover they did last year, or not last year, but last season.
Yeah.
So they don't want to call it a crossover because they can't top that. So then now they're calling it an event.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but we all know it's a fucking crossover. Just call it what it actually is, a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And then the episode 6 is Deus Ex Latrina. When the legends and Gwen finally time travel, the time machine goes haywire, leaving them stranded in a lush forest with no idea when or where they are. Seeing that Sarah and Ava are noticeably stressed, Nate takes over and gives everyone tasks to set up camp to keep everyone occupied. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to the legends, someone keeps trying to destroy the anomalies that keep popping up, which could create bigger ripples throughout history. Probably the freaking whatever his face is.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 7 doesn't have a description yet, but that's going to be the last one before the break. So we have 4 more episodes before the break.
Nice.
And then episode 8 will come back on February 23rd. So.
Well, this season is shaping up to be a lot better than last season, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it again.
Definitely. Yeah, so its last episode before the break is going to be November 24th.
Okay.
Then
So.
we without it for 3 months.
Okay. I'm actually looking forward to episodes again, which is a really nice feeling.
Yeah.
So it makes hiatus.
So what?
So it makes me sad that we're getting the hiatus.
Yeah. But
So
I also
really
am
nice
grateful
season.
for those kinds of things too, because it gives me a chance to like watch other things while I'm
Right.
on the in between.
Mm-hmm.
So, and This Is Us is coming back in January, so I'm gonna have that to watch for its last season.
Mm.
And yeah, so we'll just have The Flash,
Doctor Who,
and Doctor Who, but we're not reviewing Doctor Who.
No.
We're just
But we'll be watching Doctor Who.
Yeah. But it's only 6 episodes, so
yeah,
that's gonna end pretty fast.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so I think that's everything. Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember a whole lot from the second episode, but the third one was probably my favorite so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was a special episode and we got to see people that we hadn't seen in a long time. And
exactly. And we finally hit the 100th episode.
Yeah, and we got to learn about more about Gideon and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And I always enjoy that kind of stuff. So yeah.
So I guess
until next time,
next time,
always stay
true to who you are.